I did partner with them to give you guys a discount code of 10% off when you use Miguel EDC. Again, code Miguel EDC gives you 10% off. Looks like we're looking at the Axor model for this one. 14C28N B Blasted G10 Black. Again, all the links down below if you guys want to check out those prices, availability, and variants. But let's go ahead and take a look. We have a Velcro patch here right off the bat, right? And then we have a zipper pouch. Very nicely done here. We got the paperwork, the wiping cloth and whatnot. And then here is the knife, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We'll come back to the Wortex in a moment when we do some size comparisons. Well, I know you guys are excited to find out what this model is all about, and so am I. So let's cut to the chase here. The Axor from Wixco Knives, right? Wixco Knives making a debut here in the channel, right? Second model that we're looking at so far, called the Axor. So again, we said G10 on the scales, right? Nice and contour all around with proud liners as well. 2 standoffs in the back. All right, that's looking interesting. Interesting design to those standoffs, by the way. So kind of very straightforward, bigger diameter, smaller diameter, tube in the middle, right? Very straightforward standoffs. We have the Wixco logo here, which is a captive pivot, right? TA hardware on the other side. TA pretty much everywhere, including the thumb studs. Everywhere except the pocket clip, which is deep carry, right? Deep carry pocket clip. Somehow not reversible. I'm not sure why. Some models are deep carry and reversible, like the Wortex here, but not this particular one. So take note on that. We got thumb stud deployments here. No front flipper, no back flipper. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Bam. All right. Right off the bat, we have, yeah, this is my kind of geometry right here for sure. Sheep's foot blade looking the best with a flat grind. This one has some sort of gray coat on it, looking interesting. They say be blasted, right? Be blasted finish on the box, but it kind of looks like a gray coat to me. 14C28N with a flat grind, right? And again, reverse tanto, sheep's foot, whatever you want to call it. Nice finger choil situation and a nice sharpening choil way back here. So that's pretty good, pretty neat there. It is going to be a liner lock with good access to that liner, by the way. So good access from the show side. Easy to disengage here. Yep, no doubt about that. And we're looking at about 30-40% or so, right, on the lockup. There's your D10 ball. You guys be the judge there. Right, let me know if you like seeing that 5X zoom, by the way. Oh yeah, that is a very nice drop shot right there. Not even a shake shutter. This thing is very nicely on ball bearings. I'm assuming to get this kind of action. Yeah, no doubt. So check that out. Nice. Drop shotty all on its own. Gotta love it. Thumb studs are very interesting thumb studs. Let me get you a closer look on them here so you can see them in their full glory. Very unique design, very functional, right? And you can adjust them as well. We got TA hardware on both sides. Yeah, so thumb deployment is solid, right? Let's check that reverse flick. Oh yeah, that is solid as well, especially with the nail here, right? Nail of the middle finger, bam, right? All day, every day. Yeah, that feels really good. So both deployment options are money. And the drop shot action is really, really good. So yeah, I mean, this actually makes, I want to say, this is definitely making a great first impression here. Sort of kind of like a great first knife for somebody if you're looking to get them into the hobby. This is looking pretty good. So yeah, the ergo, so we're just going to talk about that. I'm able to get a full grip right here, right, for full 4-finger grip right there, and I can forward choke, which is the best part. There's even this curvature right here on the tang of the blade for you to put your thumb. That feels perfect, right? Like it was intentionally made that way and designed that way. So boom, you're lock and loaded to have even more control of your cuts, whether you're slicing or dicing, cutting, whatever you got going on. You still have a very utilitarian tip, right? With the sheep's foot geometry there for draw cuts, utility cuts, pinch grip, opening up an Amazon package or box or letter or what have you. That feels really nice. And I want to say this Bee Blasted gray coat or what have you on the blade matches the grayed out liners as well pretty nicely. Pocket clip, it's also that same gray color, so that's looking pretty good. We do have a good amount of milling here for weight reduction, so it doesn't feel like a heavy pocket knife in any way, shape, or form. Just the right size, right? Just what the doctor ordered right there, if you ask me. So absolutely digging that part. So great ergos, right? Great disengagement. That lockup, solid, right? No up and down, no side to side movement of any kind. Checking that D10. Oh yeah, that D10 is some money right there. No, yeah, perfectly tuned, not too light, not too heavy. for thumb deployment. Actually feels pretty good. And we do have a tad bit of jimping right here on the blade right there. So that feels also really solid. Again, forward choking here. This is where, yeah, this is where it feels right at home right there. Pocket clip is also pretty comfortable. I want to give this pocket clip. In the hammer position, I do feel it a little bit more. When I forward choke, I feel it a little bit less. Either way, it's a good solid 9.5 out of 10 right there. And the one thing I can't get enough of is how smooth and drop shotty this blade is. Holy smokes, guys. Yeah, this thing is looking pretty good, to say the least. Let's go ahead and give that 14C28N a good run for its money here, right? So, brand new out of the box, obviously. Probably going to be the sharpest. And you can see them swirls, right? Starting to make swirls and whatnot. Yeah, so clearly it's going to cut really good. Oh yeah, you can even do all kinds of curves and whatnot with your cut. That feels nice. Also have quite a cutting path right here as well. So good sized blade, right? For my folks who want to see larger knives and whatnot, this is definitely a good sized blade right there, without a doubt. So you're gonna cut paper, clearly, right? Not really proving much there. Got an average piece of cardboard right here, right? Nothing fancy, single wall piece of cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle. So it's gonna look something like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that feels good. Again, very tall, I mean somewhat tall of a blade. Not the tallest blade out there, not the narrowest blade out there either, right? But it's a flat grind, and it definitely slices through that cut like really nicely. So you guys be the judge there. Rate this thing in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10, right? How sharp is it? 10 being the sharpest. You guys let me know in the comments. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons on this bad boy here to see where it lands. All right, let's see here next to the Wortex, right? The Axor. It's actually a little bit larger there, as you can see. We got quite a bit of a size difference there, no doubt. Here is the, again, premium brand. This is Ferramonster, and like I said earlier, Ferramonster is the parent company to Wixco knives, from what I understand. This is the Glide Man, and the one that I've been raving about because I've been carrying it like crazy, the Spectrum. And by the way, the same Miguel EDC code does give you 10% off on both the Ferramonster site and the Wixco knives, and all the links are down below so you guys can check them out, right, if you're interested. Next to the usuals here in the channel, there is your PM2, right? So it's going to be a little bit smaller than that. Is it larger, or is it the same as the Pair 3? Yeah, more or less, maybe a hair larger than the Pair 3, right, as you can see. Here's the Demko AD 20.5. That's a little bit smaller. The Kunwu Chad is a little bit larger. You guys be a judge there. I mean, can you tell I love me a good sheep's foot blade? Yes, I absolutely do. Warnies and sheep's foots all day. Sign me up. But I do love me a good drop point blade too, so can't say that I have a favorite geometry because, you know, these days it's so hard to choose. That right there is the Kizer Militaw. This is the Shard from Tenable Knives. And yeah, the Axor right there is just a little bit smaller than both of those. But speaking of warnies and sheep's foots, that is the Fintiso Parrot. This is the CJRB Pyrite Light. Somewhat of a similar geometry here. You just don't get the curvature you got there for the thumb, but somewhat more or less similar size. Also got the finger choil right there as well. So there you go. If you already like the Pyrite Light, which is an absolute steal for the money. Let's see here. So we know the forward choke position here with the thumb resting right there is the money, right? The go-to. Now that reverse grip, that's gonna feel really nicely as well. Doing the Friday night gas station fighting grip if you're lefty, that feels good. And the Pakal grip, probably not the most comfortable, but it works, right? If you had to make it work, it will work. But, you know, that aside, man, I can't get over the fact that this thing closes so smooth. Yeah, you just got to give it a little bit of guidance, and it just falls. That is sexy. Now let me give you guys a heads up here as far as all the models that they have. Again, code Miguel EDC will get you 10% off. All the links down below. They got the Drax model. They got the Ragnar model as well. So they're slightly different. Some use thumb studs, some use opening holes, some are liner locks, some are crossbar locks. There's the Axor. We'll take a closer look here in just a second. Yeah, by the way, all three variants of the Axor are going to be $62. We have the black on black right here. So this is G10 right, with the blacked out 14C28M blade. We have the blacked out blade with the G10 handle. It's like a teal color right there, right, more or less. And here's the version that we are looking at right here. This is the, again, same $62, which you can get discounted 10% off, code Miguel EDC. And that is the B-blasted 14C28M blade and the black G10 handle. So they also got some other interesting models here. The Squirt, that's like a clip point blade. They have the Pexton, and of course the Wortex, which we looked at as well here in the channel. So all very interesting models, right, at a very decent price. Budget territory. Most of them are in the $60 range. Some are in the $80 range, and I think the most expensive one even is you'll find them under $100. So that's pretty sweet. And I mean, typically companies release like a model or two at a time, and then it takes a while for them to release a few other models and whatnot. But this company, I mean, something you should know about Ferramonster is they were an OEM company for many, many years before they decided to make their own knives, and now working on their sister brand, Wixco Knives, right? That they, of course, know what a good EDC knife looks like, what a good design, right, looks like, and I'm just glad to see that they launched with so many banger designs so far. So the Axor right here is looking pretty good. The slightly smaller Wortex is also looking pretty good. So far making a great impression, guys. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you like about these? What do you love about them? Is there anything you dislike about them? Right, let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.